Hi, loves. It's Sonia G. I decided to come and chat with you because of the questions that I am receiving. And I didn't want to turn my light on because I don't want to do that. And so I'm going to stay in the things that I know that I need to do. So this is a live to talk about the announcement of the closure of Moon Babes right under the sign. Did you guys know that the sign went out? When the moment that I knew, I'm going to pull the footage. In the moment that I knew that I was complete with Moon Babes, it was during an astral travel to Neptune, just barely on the full moon in Aries. And I knew, and I opened my eyes during the meditation, I remember. And then afterwards, I saw that the sign had gone out just before that. And like I knew inside. So by the end of the meditation, the sign was off. Like the neon light. This is Moon Babes, if you could see it flipped. So there were signs, there were things, like I just know. But here's what I want to tell you, because I'm getting questions, and this is what I really want you to understand. I love Moon Babes. Moon Babes it's like a child birthing a company, having this like vision, this dream that got created, and it's worldwide, and there's an app, and like there is so many courses that were created, and like so many students and clients. It's not like I am a person of integrity. I'm not just going to say one day, peace out and fuck off, everybody. Like, that's not it. I have created something that I'm proud of, and I'm going to treat it in the same way. And it will transition into whatever is next, or it might just stay into wherever it needs to stay. But I'm not taking anything offline. All the things that I said I was going to do, I'm going to do them. And there are things inside of the company, inside of Moon Babes and the Light Tribe that continue. There is one thing for sure that continues. And if you're inside of Area 27, you know this. This I can tell you for sure is Area 27, which is the membership, the monthly membership for everybody that's like developing light worker superpowers and really taking that like next level of evolution on, where we kind of do all of that next level stuff. That's continuing. That's where my heart is. And that's the thing, like that will continue. And it's a very small group and I love it. And if you feel called to it, let me know. But that continues. I don't know what it looks like in the future. It will continue to be called Area 27. It's an amazing group on Telegram. And everything that I have said that I would do, like those of you that won scholarships, use your scholarships. You have until the end of this month. Like use your scholarship towards anything that you would like. The information and the knowledge I birthed, the experiences I birthed, they are priceless. They are needed. They are the baseline of what's coming next in Ascension. Go and get them. The fact that I am closing Moon Babes does not invalidate any of my work. It says this ginormous encyclopedia of the library of knowledge of what I have birthed is complete. And now I get to create whatever is next. I get to shift, right, onto the next layer. And I also get to make space for a lot of light workers that are beginning this journey of being way showers. Like, I feel like it's my time to give room to those of you that are teaching certain things, right? It's like, it's your turn. I feel like it's your turn to teach certain things. And I'm shifting into a different, like harmonic, into a different bandwidth of frequency. And I honestly don't know what that looks like, but I've always been a creator. So something will be next. I just don't know what it is. And I have to trust that, which is the scariest thing ever, right? When you're just like jumping and it's like, I don't know, but I know that when I trust that and I do the right thing and I do it in integrity, everything is going to work out. So that's what's happening. So any of you that have scheduled readings with me that are like inside of courses, all of that will be delivered. Like everything. There's, I mean, the everybody that registered inside of Sovereign Queen is still getting all of the amazing resources inside of Sovereign Queen. Everybody that's been inside any of the courses will continue to have their lifetime access. None of that changes, right? So once you are in, you are in, and I'll probably figure out a way to, I don't know. I'll say this all in a better way at some point. Like where it's like, here is all of the things more organized, but ending a company doesn't mean you shut down and you leave people like hanging. That's not it, right? Like we're doing work in alignment. This is an aligned decision that it was like, that was a big thing on my heart, right? And it's hard, it's scary, right? Because this is like a legacy. But at the same time, we are asked to have these moments, right? At like last year when I knew it was the right thing to do to break up and leave like Henry and our relationship, it was so hard. It ripped me apart. But it was the best thing I ever did. And now our relationship is extraordinary. It's amazing. But it was so scary and it was so hard, but I handled it with as much grace as I could, right? And it was a public breakup and it was wild. And I think that prepared me for this in a sense, right? Everything kind of adds up. Like every time we do hard things and we grow and we continue. And once you're a teacher and like an ascension teacher in a way, sure, just because everybody is doing it this way, or this is how it's taught, or this is what everybody's saying, it doesn't fucking matter, because whatever your calling, whatever your mission, whatever your purpose is, you have to listen to that. In the moment that you don't, and you try and go with whatever mainstream or whatever the industry or whatever the trends are, doesn't fucking work. We know this. So in the moment that you have to me as teacher, like I have to, my integrity, my alignment is everything. It's what I got. It's the reason why life works for me. It's the reason why I've been able to create an amazing, incredible life, is because I do listen to the higher things and the alignment. And it doesn't mean it's easy. Closing a company is not easy. Now I'm figuring out like all the things and to continue giving you all the services, right? So I will continue to pay all of the fees to uphold my website, for example, and the app, the delivery in the app is continuing. Like I take responsibility for the things that I've created. This is how we create businesses that work in New Earth, right? Like when we promise something, yes, sometimes things may look a little different and sometimes there's hiccups and sometimes we have, we're having a human experience. So we're doing the best that we can. I'm not saying I'm doing everything right, but I'm just saying I'm doing everything to the best that I'm actually capable of and thinking it through. This is the first time ever that I'm doing anything like this. And so what I know for sure is that I have built truly a library of knowledge. And that I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't know for sure yet, but I know that what I have created will be the baseline for what's new, and will probably utilize, right? Like it's like all of that knowledge will now come down to like a new baseline to where we rise, to the next layers from, or two. And I don't even know what that means yet, right? Like, I don't even know what that means. There's so much that's coming in. I've been like downloading, I've been like meditating, and it's like, whew. So it's like exploring all of the new things, and it hasn't taken form yet. Any of you that know that you're like here to birth new ways of life, right? This is a story of a projector. Any of you that are projectors, it's like we download the information, especially. We have to make sense out of things that don't make sense. We're bringing it all together. And then like once but anybody that downloads, right? That has that higher self, that download capacity and everything. And you're like, we're birthing new ways of doing life on the planet. And so it's time. I know that most of you feel it. You have to feel it because we're in ascension. It's like, it's time for new things and it's time for an implementation of new ways. Like you can feel it. We can probably feel it. But like, how do we do that? Right? Like, how do we do that? Now we have all of these different ways that have shifted our personal lives, right? We've broken curses. We've upgraded our DNA. We've integrated layers of higher selves. We've healed so much of our ancestral story. Like there's so many things that we've done. It's like pretty fucking extraordinary. And so now that we understand our connections to all of these different galactic circuitries of reality and the grid works of our reality, it's like, what does that actually mean? Right? Like in terms of like, are we going to be able to pop off on, and really truly materialize in other lands, in other places? Like how much knowledge can we exchange? How real does this actually get to be? And how tangible does it get to be? And how do we integrate it in like human life, every day? Like these are the things, like for me, it's like, this is stuff I came to like sort through. We have to make a way for all of these systems to come together. And I know that this is part of my soul's job, right? We get to birth new frequencies and new ways of life. We get to see things in different ways. And so it's a phase and it's a moment where my vision, my understanding, it's being expanded. Like there's so much that's coming in about DNA. There's so much that's coming in about just like universal coding. And it's one of those moments where it's like my mind is, and my capacity to understand is being so stretched, right? And I am like, ooh, holding it and making sense of it and translating it. So I'm getting it organized. I don't know what it means for us, but I know that, whatever it is, it'll be the next evolutionary level to whatever needs to come next. So it'll be extraordinary. It'll be amazing. And I know that if I'm being asked, like from my, all my layers of higher self to close this chapter, it's only because we're going beyond, right? There's no other reason for it. It's because something has to close for the energy to transfer. Remember, energy transfers at the moment of completion of anything. When people start things and don't complete them and don't finish them, that's why they're always tired. Remember that if you didn't know that, because it's gold. And so this feels like a journey of 7 years that's coming to completion. And so as I close it out correctly and rightfully and do it in a way that serves, holy shit, I'm going to get like doing it right, you get an extraordinary amount of energy that alchemizes back. And then let's see where it takes us. Like, I'm excited. It's like rocket ship, right? Into the unknown. But I know so much, right? Like I have so many skills and so much knowledge that I feel very well equipped to take on the unknown. And so I am leading myself through this journey. I'm moving myself through this journey. I was just telling my team, I was like, okay, here we go. What do we need to know what do we need to do to close this in integrity? What do we need to do? Like, I don't know what I want. When have I ever said that? You guys, like, I don't know what I want. I'm not going to force it. I don't know what I want next and I'm not going to force it. And so I started writing down a process for everything that I know. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I know for sure? Do I know any of what it feels like, right? Like, where do I want the next shift to come out of? And so I started taking myself through this process of creation. And quite frankly, it's pretty phenomenal. So I'll probably have to teach it to you somewhere, because it's cool when you've learned this much, then you can move yourself through the unknown in unprecedented ways. And so it's exciting. It's like being in the unknown and it's scary, but like this is what life is about, right? So it's kind of like adventuring into a new multidimensional situation. So I'm really excited for it, and I will be here. It's not like I'm like all of a sudden going dark. I'm still talking to you guys, and I'm sure that there will be another something born. It will probably be, some new way of doing life or some name of a company. I don't know, but we're going to find out. But in the meantime, it's me, Sonia G, right? Like we changed the Instagram name to Sonia G. So I'll still be here. I'll share my life. It just feels like, so, I'm not going anywhere, right? Like, it's like, I have to take time for me. I have to honor what's coming up for me. And right now, like tonight, I don't feel like turning on a ring light and giving you massive stuff. Like it just doesn't feel like I want to do that. So I am going to honor the cycle of like what's coming through, of what I'm feeling inspired to do for myself. Because I know that if I take care of myself, if I nurture myself, what my soul requirements are through me, and I feel good about what I'm doing, and I'm in integrity with myself, then the next thing that comes is going to be the best possible thing that I can do. And that's the stuff I'm here for, right? That's the stuff that makes you feel alive. It's kind of like, it's a new adventure. It's a new adventure in multidimensionality. And we're getting to meet so many new star brothers and sisters. Like there's so many new star friends, like star fam, and so many new dimensional layers that are opening. There's layers that are imploding. Everything about our chakra system is changing. And the crazy thing is that a lot of people are going to continue to teach the same things because that's what they know. And it would have been so easy for me to continue telling you the things that I know because we've known them. But that's the opposite of what we're meant to do, because we're here to birth new ways. So it wouldn't serve anyone to continue teaching old ways, right? Because we're here to create new. And it's really important that we understand that, because otherwise it's kind of like the textbooks in school. We keep teaching based on old new age stuff, right? And that doesn't work. And not that I've ever done that, but you know what I mean? It's like the people that are still teaching about the colored chakras and the difference, like colored chakras, but it's like the chakras went into a chakra pillar, and the chakra pillar went crystalline, and the crystalline filaments of light began to connect with, and intertwine with our DNA. And all of that has gone way outside of the body. But yet there's people that will teach you that you still have separate energy centers inside. Why? Because that's what they know, and they haven't expanded beyond. And so in this next phase, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be just teaching the things that they know because they're comfortable in the newer things that they know. But that's not it, right? It doesn't make it right. Does that make sense? And so all of us have to be very good at discerning what is in alignment for us. And I was talking about this with Henry today, or yesterday. We went on this date and we were like talking about life and all the things, and we ended up talking about politic things, and which is really funny. And so he asked me if I was going to vote, and I was like, I'll tell you what I'm doing with that. Because it's not like, it's like, what are we doing with holding a vibe? Like, where is your energy leading? What outcome do you want? And this is what I told him, and I'll tell you guys too, and we'll probably I don't know if it fits you, I invite you to do that, but I feel like there's going to be a timeline split. And what I am doing in this election is I am grounding myself into the timeline that's going to have the outcome that I want. I'm not holding an outcome for the world. That's not it. I am parking my energy, and I am landing myself in the timeline and the version of reality where this outcome occurs. And I strongly suggest that whatever it is that you want to happen, that's the work to do. That's the vision to hold. It's like, because then we're going to start elevating off and taking lift off in one version of reality. It said we had bad connection. Your consistency is amazing, Sonia. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hi, Sonia. I've been following you since 2017. That's amazing. When I was going, through my spiritual awakening, I have learned so much from your page. Thank you for all the work you do and have done it. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, from the beginning. Yeah, this is a chapter it's the 7 years from 2017. Thank you for being here, Naomi, from the beginning. I love hearing from you. Gemma says, looking forward to what is coming. You go, girl. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Brave and inspiring. Thank you, Wendy. So excited for you. Golden Warrior Mama. Thank you guys so much. What are your insights on the Earth electromagnetic fields weakening? So there is something about that, and you're right on something here. It's like there is something that's happening, but it also involves time. It involves the electromagnetic field. It involves the multidimensionality of our reality. And there's something happening with time. And I keep getting these downloads and like pieces of things are coming in, but I haven't made it out into like actual words yet. But there's a difference. And that's why it's like, do you guys feel that there's like time is shifting, and it's like the magnetism of the earth and the electromagnetic environment of our sphere is making it so that it's like, it's like different energy binds in different bandwidths of frequencies. So one day you feel like you're grounded here, and one day it's like this, and you're like, wait, that was happening here. This is happening now. It's like time is shifting because the magnetism and the electromagnetism and everything about our general atmosphere, let's call it atmosphere, everything that is, in the invisible realm is shifting. So I also know that obviously as this is happening, it's like the mental, the broadcasting war on the mind is like huge, and, and everything that's coming through. And so there's a next layer of energetic security that, kind of like computers have antivirus. Every human needs that. Like the human framework needs that. So our spirit self, our higher self, right, needs to run that. It's like there's new layers like that. So I'll say that. But there's things that are coming in that are very different. And, part of it is like the sun is bursting out these like huge flares, and there's so much solar activity. There's so much with the Schumann resonance. There's like shooting, stars. There's another moon in orbit. There's been asteroids. Like it's shifting. Everything is shifting. And so, of course, we have to go higher. We have to elevate. So, yeah. Amazing. Yes. 7-year cycle is so real. Yeah. It's coming to a close. And so, I'll tell you this, and then, I just want to tell you this chat, but I don't want anybody like freaking out like, oh my gosh, is this like a going out of business thing? And so this is not it. I am not going out of business. I am completing a masterpiece and a work of art that was called Moon Babes, that has been called Moon Babes. And Moon Babes will continue to exist. And the library of work and all the courses that I birthed will continue to exist. In fact, I have started an affiliate program, and this is going to be something that I know it's on my heart for the future, where I'm going to pick some of the courses. We're going to refine them very well. Like Sovereign Queen will be one of them. Metaphysical Mind will be one of them. But I'm going to pick out some signature courses and refine them very well, and actually have the ability for those of you that have been inside of Moon Babes or worked with me and be an affiliate, or you can talk to me about it. If you've only ever consumed like my free content and you haven't had a chance to be like on the inside of any of my experiences, talk to me about it. But I feel like I want to share the cycle of, like, one of my big things is like creating a new kind of celestial economies. So creating, like, before it was like, let's put money in the hands of good people doing good things. And so I taught you things like manifesting money and, like, you know, calling in your higher levels and stuff. Now I'm like, let's get money in the hands of the people. So it's the next level. Let's get money in the hands of the people that are actually working on the evolution of the divine human. That's what I want, right? And so if you don't have your things that you're teaching, then sell my things. And I've come to, like, I've had to really get feeling like, I know, you know, like it's kind of like this, oh my gosh, this information is going to be open almost. It feels to me like all the way out. Well, I've always been so protective of the sacred things, you know, that I teach and that I created. But I got so clear and I was like, no, this is good. This is like, this is what people can create a cycle of economic, like, functional flow through. And then we are selling good things. We are sharing good things, not just good things, but things that are, like, you know, moving forward the evolution. So I'm thinking through all of this, and, like, I want to create a way in where, you know, I can continue to offer these courses and the things that everybody needs to know. Like, we'll continue the functionalities, we'll upkeep the website. Like, I figured out how to do that, and that's a big fucking deal, you know, for the kind of stuff that I teach. And so I want to share that. So we're gonna clean it up really well. But yes, this affiliate thing is gonna be a thing, because it's like, you know, a little while ago, people on the internet were like, master resale rights. You see it done in other industries, right? Like, buy a course to become, you know, whatever on the internet. And, like, you just buy it from me and you buy the rights, and then you sell it to the next person, and then they have the rights. And it's like, everybody's just selling a formula to, you know, to market something, but there is no actual information that, like, is... I saw it done kind of like a multi-level experience, right? So everybody was kind of like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do this. Buy my secret, you know, thing behind the scenes. And then, so it was kind of like that. And I was like, how do we do this, but, like, better? How do we do this, but for real? How do we share valuable, tangible information? And I'm not saying that that wasn't good, because a lot of people kind of, you know, like, definitely created financial flow in their life for that. But for people that are light workers, that have purpose, that have mission, that have, you know, that want to be in something that's, like, contributing to the creation of, you know, our new earth, our celestial earth, our higher dimensional realities, it's like, that's kind of like, you know, our heart's not in it. If you're like me, it's like your heart's not going to be in just average stuff, right? So I thought it'd be cool to have that as an opportunity. And so that will be coming for sure. As someone who has signed up to be an affiliate, very hesitantly, by the way, that's funny, only because it does feel different than any other creators call affiliate links. I felt it was heavy when I got the email, because I felt the responsibility and the integrity woven in it. Oh my God, thank you. It feels right. It feels sacred. Thank you for the opportunity. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jen, for saying this. Because that's it, right? Like, it feels like a sacred mission, a sacred purpose. And that's how I explained it to you. It wasn't like, hey, you know, let's go on, like, some merry-go-round of things. It's like, if you feel like this is something, you know, if you've received, and there are some courses that you wouldn't be able to talk to anybody about, you know, like, say, Sovereign Queen, you wouldn't really be able to sell that or to share that with the world unless you've been through that experience and, you know, right, the sacred things that we talk about and the experiences in there. And so it's like, if you can share it with someone and you know it'll shift their lives and change their lives, and you actually have an opportunity to flow finances in a positive way, and everybody is, like, offering a service that is so incredibly amazing and powerful and transformative and healing, now we're all winning and we're flowing things, right, in a way that is evolutionary and positive. And everybody along the way is receiving so much value, and it's like all working, which is so cool. And that's how I want to do it. It's not that we're like, hey, this is a cool product, let's put it on some, marketing system or whatever. I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to do it the way that I feel inspired and led to, in a way that feels sacred. And it may feel, right, like Jen was saying, it may feel like heavy, like not heavy in a sense of like, but like sacred, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take this serious, right? Like, I am here sharing sacred knowledge with the world. This is like a big calling. And so that's different than, hey, let me just put something out there on the internet and see if anybody cares, right? It's different. And so, yeah, I do have a feeling that this concept of working with affiliates in this way, sharing this library of knowledge and sharing, and I'll have probably different workshops too that have like different price ranges to share, because I've created some things that are like so valuable, that are like, like in the workshop, like few hundreds of dollars kind of range that would change so many people's lives, like the conscious clearing workshop, or, the money and love workshop. So there's a lot of things. And I definitely don't feel that the library of knowledge that has been Moon Babes and the Light Tribe, that whole encyclopedia of knowledge, it's not done taking its course. It's not finished, right? It's not that, like, people still need to know those things, but my time has come to literally pull down these new downloads and translate them. And so what a better way to have those of you that understand the value of this work to be like, here, I've created this, now you can actually do something with it, right? And like everybody is like bringing down celestial information, and now we have like a bigger experience than I ever could have imagined when I started this in 2017. Like, that's so wild, right? So I don't know entirely where it's going to go, but you can see that there's a sense of it, right? There's a sense in me that this is bigger, and everything that's coming in, it's like starting to stack. But I know that obviously we wouldn't be here if I wasn't capable of facing the situation, right? We're never put in front of any kind of challenge, opportunity, or experience if we don't have the skills, the knowledge, and the ability in us to like raise ourselves up and to be, a match for that experience and to conquer it. So yeah. Okay, here we are. You guys, my Wi-Fi is going in and out. So much for not having a live tonight and not doing this. It's so funny. It's like, I'm like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're like closing Moon Babes. You must be like, so like just chilling. And I'm like, it's the busiest I've ever been, because like my commitments to like my students and clients, not the busiest, but it's like, there's still things to be done. And there's still things I promise that are coming through and happening. So I started following you in 2017, and time feels so weird right now. It really does. I know. Totally does. The Conscious Clearing Workshop, and thank you for being here since 2017. The Conscious Clearing Workshop was freaking life-changing. I know, right? So things like that are like it's so easy. Like, you have an experience of that. How easy is it to be like, oh my gosh, like if you're talking to your friends, now you can be like, oh yeah. Like, I am in the corporate world or whatever, every other, brand, like clothing world, you would say like, I'm a rep, I'm a brand ambassador for this company, something like that. I'm calling it an affiliate because this is, the easiest way, but it's like, yeah. Let me get you, the opportunity to get in. Like, you can get in. I can give you a discount, whatever, like, let me give you my code, let me give you my link. And then you actually earn something from that. And so we make money sharing amazing, powerful life transformational things. It's like so easy when you have an experience of it, right? So much easier. So cool. I'm not active on social media at all, but this felt like a better way to do this thing. Oh, yay. Hi. Oh, I love that you guys are like recognizing each other and meeting each other on here. Yes. Amazing. The astral travel day before the eclipse back in April changed my timeline. So grateful. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. So many. We've had so many journeys and so many like incredible astral travels. Like, we're going to go places next. It's not that I'm done traveling, right? We have like other places to go. And that's the thing. It's life changing. It's timeline changing. So thanks for sharing that. It's like, this work is truly life changing. So once you learn how to use these skills, right? It's like, we keep going and it keeps getting like more mind blowing. And it's like, and I'm sitting here staring at like, well, I can't believe we're having a live and I'm holding my phone. Let's see if the internet works. But like over here, but like, see, I have all my star beings up. Yeah, I collected these based on when everybody came to me. I started researching them and finding them. I still have to put things up here, but Cami says, so I missed part of this life. Yeah, I will be posting it. I'll be posting it. I'll probably put it on YouTube too. Oh, and one of the things I'm going to start doing, I just haven't figured it out yet. I am going to start doing Monday nights, probably on YouTube or probably on a new platform, because I'm doing this on Instagram because I wanted to just kind of have this conversation about this closure with you guys, because this is like, where things are happening. Now I feel like I'm just on a FaceTime with friends. So this is like so much fun, which is good because we're talking and walking around and yeah, I'm trying to keep my hair from falling out. So I don't know if it'll be, we may go to YouTube. One of the things I know too is I want to start doing readings with my cards with the Goddess Secret deck. So that may be like a Patreon thing, which I've never even contemplated it, but it came to me the other day. I was like, where would I do this? And where would it be the easiest? If I'm not going to put things on my website, right? Or like things like that, because it's Moon Babe Tribe. And this is kind of like this other moment. It's like, let's get into let's see what other systems are out there that we can utilize, for good things. So I might do that. We might just be like different, fun, wild things in as it is fun. I definitely want to have this next chapter be more fun. I want to bring so much more fun back into, things, because for me, it was this interesting thing that happened in this company where, astral travel is my fun, right? It is fun and it's my thing. And it was always like when people are like, what do you do for fun? And I'm like, light up a candle and like get myself out, right? And like, and go places and like figure out what's going on in this galaxy and like peek on, get a visual of the entire world. Like it was always so my happy place and so fun for me, and like go talk to like my star family on Venus. Like that's fun. And then it became work because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm responsible to get these downloads. I'm getting these teachings. Like it became work. And it's like at first, it's like a mission, but it also was work. It was work because I had to figure out the systems to organize all of this knowledge, to get all these downloads and put them on websites and put them in apps and put them in courses. Like there was definitely like a whole component of it that became like more work. And then there was like legal things that got involved and, like just to get certified on the board of international therapies, which by the way, the certification for the Goddess Secrets card readers is still happening. I think it needs to happen in the new company, like in the new whatever it is that's birthing next. But I ended up having to go through all these qualifications to get approved on this board because I want to create something that's like not done before. And so that has been a process. And so it became like, I was like, wait, I have to get insurance? Like what? Like there's just been all these things that are like, it became feeling like it was really work. And so fun for me is like retreats. Fun for me is like doing like the dance of light at the salt flats, going to Colombia and doing the retreats, going to Egypt. Like the retreats are fun. Events in person, like creation of these like amazing, extraordinary experiences is fun. And I haven't done as much of that this last year, and I want to bring that back, right? Now that I have conquered this legal structure, like we figured out not just the legal structure, but like the technical stuff and all of these pieces. Not that it would ever stop me, but in order to create something as big as where we're going, I think that had to just be like more systemized. We can't just like wing it, and like run with it. And hope that the systems work. Like my website, moonbabetribe.com, we have so outgrown it, you guys. Like the technical team for the website that I hired, they're like, we can't help you have any more functionalities. Like it has stopped running numbers. Like it's such a big amount of students and logins and things that they're just like, yeah, like we don't know how to help you anymore. And so it's like, oh my God, like it's wild, right? So we've outgrown systems and outgrown things. And so we're sorting through all of that. That's been the work of it. But now that we've sorted it out, with the new systems and the new flow, it feels like let's bring the fun back in it. So it's kind of like that Saturn, right? Like learning the structures and the things. And so I definitely want to have like more an infusion of fun. I don't know what it will be, but it's going to be awesome because I feel it. / I don't create anything that's like boring. That's just not me. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't like supernatural and extraordinary and fun. We would not be doing it, right? So yes. Oh, the certification is what you've been waiting for. Yes. Oh my gosh, we're submitting. You guys, you should see the manual, the things that we're submitting. It is like, it's like a whole experience. It's going to be, and it's its own new certification, right? Of like Oracle. It's a new framework of reality, and we're managing to get it certified. I'm like, no, we're not doing it like the tarot systems. We're not doing it like the Oracle system. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And so I think this new era is going to be like more structured, but also more feminine, because it's kind of like this last year has been almost like a painful part of like sorting through some systems and what gets to stay and what gets to go, right? And now that I know what gets to move forward and we can create within that, now it's like the language and the downloads and the ways and the new things get to come in. And then of course there's going to be like superpower stuff, because like, our DNA is evolving. So yes, more fun, more play. I feel like Moon Babes had to try to work in the old system, and now we're building from the new world we get to create. Yeah, in a sense, it was like that. It was always built in a new, like, layer, right? It was like, there's the regular world, and then we, like, evolved into a new earth kind of way, and there was Moon Babes. And do you guys know that like Moon Babes started, I didn't even have agreements. Like when I started Moon Babes, it was like handshakes and, like just kind of like, hey, this is what we're doing. And like, this is what I want to do, because like I was so tired of the corporate America things. And so I built it, and still I built it, and that has remained on such love and care and community kind of principles. And that's always stayed. Then we grew out of, right, like having the handshake situations. And so it kind of, grew to where I had to get these legal things in place, but I had to figure them out. If you guys go read my terms on my website, it's like, hey, love, these are my terms. It's like, make good decisions. If you decide to invest in a course here, and it says the legal things, like, if you decide to purchase a course, you're responsible to make your payments, like make good decisions. If you have questions, contact me before, right? Like it says terms, but it doesn't say them in this like wild, like crazy language that it's like, so, you know, when you get like, oh, the new terms and conditions are updated, and it's like, what does this even say? Right? It's said very like clearly, very like wholeheartedly, like everything that I do is very much like that. And so it was built in this like layer of new earth, and it's really held in like new earth, and now we get to go like celestial, so it's kind of like now we get to like just be over here, right? And it all gets to exist because it's all valid. All the experiences are valid. Like everybody that works in the corporate world and works in those structures of reality, everything is valid. Like everything is working there, right? There's a system, there's a game that is played, and it's kind of like in new earth, right? This was the opportunity that we had, and there's so much good that was created, and I feel like now we're in a new bandwidth, and so I get to create in a new bandwidth, and so we get to like colonize space energetically. So oh my gosh, amazing. Yeah, so I'm excited that it's the deck I keep in my card because I need it fully accessible all day. I love that. I know those cards are so, I use them. When I get stuck, that's what I use. When I'm like, what are we saying? Who's talking to me? Right? When I have those like human kind of days, which sometimes like happens, you know, it's not that I have like full connection days every day. It's like it's still, you know, I get to sort through my stuff, and so sometimes I'll use my cards. They're like so amazing. And quite honestly, when I downloaded that like whole framework of the Goddess Secrets, I don't think I even comprehended how much it's about the next chapter, because some of the things I put in there, like the way that the metals alchemize with the stars and the chakras, and like just the way that it all ties together, I couldn't explain to you why 3 years ago that came in, but now I know why, right? But so it's kind of like now it's unfolding. Now metals are a part of the alchemy in a whole new like harmonic sound kind of way. Metals are coming in with sound, but it's like I didn't know that at the time, and so we're starting to truly understand like how amazing everything that came through was. And so it's like truly like it helps me a lot all the time. So that's amazing. Yes. Yeah, the readings of the cards would be amazing. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to do that on Patreon. We'll see. Oh, you guys are a metaphysical mastermind together. I love this. That's so cool. I love the chats. See, I love the new version of Sonia G. Thank you. It's like me. It's just the me. I feel like now I'm me behind the scenes. It's so wild. It's like I feel like I don't have to be a brand, right? Like, not that I was a brand, because the brand was always like a part of me, but it's like now I don't have to have a light because there's no brand. So I don't have to be on brand. So I can have a live and be in my sweats without makeup, and everything is going to be fine. So it's amazing. Yes, so good. I am excited for whatever is next, my loves. But rest assured that all the things will be fulfilled. All the things that I said I was going to say. There's another course too that I had announced. Sometimes this happens with courses. And it's a course that's called Turned On. And I think it has to ground into the next layer. So it's coming. I was planning on launching it in November. We'll see if it still happens or not, but that would mean we have a new name and a new company. And I don't know if it's happening that fast, but what I can promise you is alignment. I can promise you divine timing. I can promise you that I'm listening and that I'm doing things as they're meant to. And I can promise you that that course will be birthed because it's the new circuitry inside of our physical body. It's very important knowledge, and some things just have to like be grounded, you know, in new ways, in a different way that we could see at the time. And also with the cards, that's coming. So all the things are coming. I am like not very good with patience, so I get it. If any of you are like, what? But man, this is a moment of patience. Like, but more than patience, it's like listening and aligning and owning the energy of the space. Like I said today on the reel, it's like being that, like owning your crown, being the queen no matter what, even and especially in the void, right? And the energy of like the darkness of creation, in like where it's all possibilities exist, yet everything is out. It's like the everything and the nothingness all at once. Oh, and I want to tell you this, we're having an end of an era party inside of Moonbabe Society. I wrote a note to everybody on the app. Like I sent a notification inside the app, and you'll get an email with like the official festivities tomorrow and everything. But we're going to do it on 11/1, which is the new moon in Scorpio. So it'll be like a whole thing, but we're going to have a party. It's going to be like a 2-hour kind of event. And I'm going to talk you through this stuff because I feel like what I'm going through and the way that I'm moving through it is very valuable. And I feel like you may not have a company that you're like shifting, out of right now, but everybody is saying goodbye to a part of their lives and shifting into a new era one way or another. And so I'm going to talk you through some ways that I'm doing it. And then we're going to have like a celebration of it because I want everybody to receive that completion. And so I think it may be like one of the most amazing, raw, value packed filled kind of workshops that I create. And so it'll be inside of Moonbabes, and I think I'm going to make it available for everybody that's not inside of the membership. You can purchase it separately. So I'm putting some details of it together because it's like, God, it's so important, and I'm so grateful that I know what to do. And if I didn't know how to move myself through, I would be so lost right now, and it would be scary, and it would be the kind of scary that people outside look at me and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? Right? But it's like, no, I know how to shift gears. I know how to move myself through. I have skills and knowledge, and I know how to shift energy. I know how to get myself into a different feeling. I know how to shift frequencies, right? This is the stuff. This is the stuff that like makes all the difference in life. So because I'm like in such a unique position, I want to write it down, and I'm going to make a process out of it, and then I'll share it with you. So it'll be in there. Okay. So you'll see. And I promise I won't wear pajamas for us. No. We'll have an amazing, amazing end of an era kind of party. So yes, the epitome of being in true flow state. Well done. Thank you, love. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, no matter what it is that I'm doing, I'm always going to do it at 100%. And so if that thing is being in the middle, it's being in the in-between, I'm going to own that shit, and I'm going to do it at 100% because that's where we win, right? And so we may have pajamas conversations for a minute. I don't know. But whatever it is that I do, I will be showing up for it. And like, I'll be continuing to shift gears. And I think it's kind of like a thing of mine to talk through this as much as I can, because I feel like I have taught you so many like principles and so much knowledge, but I haven't fully shared the raw, vulnerable stuff in my life as much. And this is pretty crazy. So I'm going to try and give it words to it and see how I can navigate it, like, as publicly as possible, in a way that's like still honoring myself and my truth, but in a way that inspires and serves and motivates. And like, we can all do hard things. Like, we can do the things that are required to do for the evolution of our soul, no matter what. So love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will see you soon. And if you're not on my email list, go and jump on it here at Sonia G_Godfrey on my Instagram. You can go and jump on my email list, and I will keep you posted on that. And then, of course, here too, but sometimes it's like if it's in your email, like I know there's a lot of you that are on my email. And then on the app, I'm sending notifications. It's so funny. I feel like I've like sent more notifications now Oh, and the app is staying. So don't stay in the app. If you're not on the app, go download it. Moon Babes by Sonia G. Now, the truth is we're probably going to rebrand the app. So the app will have a new cool name that will be more timeless. And you'll have your logins, you'll have stuff. So I feel like the app is going to evolve because that's like our little home in the, in the digital world. And it was such an event to have this app and to have it working the way we want it. And so it'll have your logins, and then we're going to continue to build it with whatever comes next. So the app stays, the website stays, this Instagram stays. You can still go through and say, I'm not going to take away anything. I've created it all and I love it. We're just closing an era and we're shifting into the next, right? So it's let's celebrate together. Yes! Nice hanging out with you. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. This has been my favorite live of yours. Oh my God, and what a trip. You're back in the house for this. You guys, seriously. I am back in this incredible, amazing house that I first moved into with Henry in 2020. Who would have known? This is where we did our first retreat. So many of you have been inside here. We'll probably have a new adventure here soon, but it's so wild. And like I said, the fact that, there was a breakup and I never in a million years thought Henry and I would be together again. And now here we are. And it's so much better than it ever was, right? But it was so scary and I had to face it and I had to move myself through that. Now I'm I feel the same energy with the company, with Moon Babes. And I'm oh my God, here it is again. I have to do this again. But it's I'm not as scared because of what I just went through, right? It's kind of I know that everything will align even better than I could have imagined, because there are so many different options. I mean, at the end of a company, you could sell it. There's so many things that you could do. There's so much that I've birthed that it's but it's no. That's not it. That's not in alignment. That's not what it is. I just want to, do it this way. And I know that I'm going to continue to believe that everything is happening in my highest and best because it always is. And that's one of my core belief systems. And so one way or another, it's all going to come out kind of it's going to surprise me in the best way. What happened with Henry, it's our relationship was, if our relationship was good before and it was here, and then we had our, human issues, whatever. But now our relationship is we meet here, right? It's it's amazing. It's extraordinary. I have so much love in my heart because we are capable of finding each other again on this level. So it's really cool. So let's see what happens with this. Okay. Love you all. I'm going to go to bed for real now. I'm going to go drink my tea and I'll see you soon here at Sonia G _Godfrey and on the app and on the email list. I love you. Mwah.